Dr. Wood, author of the book Miracles in Minutes. I know I talk a lot about relationships. What does that have to do with Miracles in Minutes? Because part of the doctor patient encounter is a relationship. Okay? We're in relationships our whole life. We're in relationships with ourselves, relationships with others, relationships with our kids, relationships with our mother, my father, and friends. Relationships are everywhere. Okay? So most people have a poor relationship with ourselves. So the question is, you know, here's a good question. Do I need to be perfect to be in a relationship? And the answer is no. What you need to be is a participant. you know, life is a game of participation. To sit on the sidelines and watch it, and then tell everybody what you would do if you were playing, says you're a coward. You're not on the field of play. You're in the stands in the cheap seats, pretending that you're living life. Well, the truth is, you're not living at all. You're watching it pass by you. What happens is, after a while, you start to feel cut out of life, and your life's not working out. Because guess what you haven't done? Participated. You, at that point, you can either get in the game or not. If you don't get in the game, you're going to feel lost. You're going to be isolated. You're going to feel alone. Maybe you'll hang out with other non participants who live in guilt, fear, shame, doubt, sadness. These are all a lot of emotions what we call hell when we're not in the game. The scary thing about getting in the game is dealing with hurt. Because anytime you ride a bike, first time you could fall off and get hurt. You get hurt swimming in the ocean. You get hurt riding on the boat. You get hurt playing basketball. You get hurt playing soccer. You get hurt playing football. And you can get hurt in relationships. Now, scary. What are you going to do about it? Because there's a deep core need to be in a relationship. And you're always in relationships whether you like it or not anyway. It's just how well are you doing at it and playing this game? And the game's not a game of manipulation and agendas, which is most people do, is a power play, which, that typically causes you to suffer if you play the relationship game incorrectly. You don't have to be perfect. The goal is to learn from the hurt. What did I learn here? Was it something I said? Who was I being? Being. Something that's not talked about often, Was I being insecure? Was I not sharing? Did I not express myself? Was I being dishonest? I didn't allow myself to be vulnerable for fear of being hurt? Am I picking the wrong person because I'm trying to protect myself from hurt? You don't have to be perfect. No one's ever going to be perfect in this life. That's, a fallacy of thought. There's also hurt. Will you get hurt? Most likely. Probably many times. Even if you don't try to participate, you're still going to get hurt. You hurt yourself. You don't really live. That creates a deep hurt inside because you so want to connect and be with others that are too afraid of getting hurt. But you're hurting more from the isolation, from not having that connection with somebody where you can look them in the eye and just talk, just share yourself, take what's inside of you, this hurt, let it out, to be expressed, to bring it to light. Light tends to heal when you make known, make aware. A lot of people keep things inside, and their partners, have to assume a lot of things that are going on. You can be pretty empathic and listen, but there's still a responsibility of participation. You don't have to be perfect. That says something, about your own psychology, your own way of seeing yourself, that you're not loving yourself or accepting yourself for being imperfect. But if you do look outside, who is perfect? Nobody. What is it anyway to be perfect? I mean, what is perfect? I don't know. I think to look at yourself and accept yourself is a great place to start. You know, you love your flaws. You laugh at some of the things that's just silly. You care about yourself enough to forgive yourself, and to you know, you're not going to be ever going to be perfect, and then you're going to meet another imperfect person, and then be in relations. As long as you can forgive each other, accept each other, that's good. As long as you're open and honest about it, that's good. If you hold each other, you know, there's unforgiveness and you won't let it go, then there's nothing new to create, and that's going to cause a relationship dysfunction, and the relationship will tend to end because there's no forgiveness here. That says maybe you're not forgiving yourself. If you don't feel forgiven, why would you want to forgive anybody else? How can you give something you don't have? So relationships always show up our flaws. They show up where we can do work. Well, look at something about it, like, why is my relationship's not working out? Like, do I always need to be right? What am I trying to cover up? What am I trying to protect? What am I hiding? What am I avoiding? What am I denying? All those hidden things show up in relationships, and it says something about yourself. It allows you to see the mirror. Life's a mirror. It mirrors you, and then you can actually do something about it. I'm not saying you have to be perfect to be in a relationship. It's not going to happen. But it can require, or what's required of us is to do our best, and to learn from it, and to be kind, compassionate, considerate, and to be forgiving of ourselves and others. But if we don't start forgiving ourselves, you're not going to forgive the person who you may have a deep affinity for. If you won't forgive you, I don't know how to forgive you. So something to think about. You know, what is happening in my relationships? What keeps coming up? What am I avoiding? What am I running away from? What am I denying? What am I putting off or procrastinating about? What is it I know I need to do, but I'm not doing? What is it I want to do that I maybe don't have the skill set for yet? Is there something I need to read, something I need to study, something I need to develop about myself to be able to have that relationship? I want a great relationship. Well, are you a great person? Define great. You don't, again, there's no judgment of yourself. It's like, I got some stuff to work on, so I'm going to get busy. But to just leave this relationship, jump into the next one, and didn't do any work, you're going to be a repeat offender. It's kind of like a person hasn't learned from stealing yet. That's not a good thing. You just keep going back to stealing. So if you go in relationships and you have the ability to get in them fast, you also find out that none of them work out for you. And you always get kicked out, or you end it first. But what's missing is you don't know how to stay in a relationship. You can't grow a relationship. When it gets hot, you leave the relationship. You can't stick it out. So you're a quitter. So if you're a quitter, guess how many relationships work? 0. You'll never have love or be loved. That's the consequence. That's the reality of not taking on the responsibility of your own crap and learning, growing, developing. I didn't say become a perfect person, but become your best self. Dr. Wood, have a great day.